Hi, Scott Duncan here with Kimberly Pettigrew, who is the first and I should say foremost franchisee with At Home Eldercare, and we'd like to talk to her about her philosophy of running her business and how she cares for folks, and just get to know her. For anyone out there who is looking for non-medical senior care in the Winston-Salem area and beyond. And thanks for joining us today, Kimberly. I appreciate you spending some time with us.
Thank you.
So, talk to me about why you got into the senior care business.
Okay. I got into senior care because I actually initially went to school for health administration.
Sure, and you have a master's in it.
I do,
Yeah.
and also I have a master's in organizational management.
Okay.
So I have a dual master's, and my goal was to become a long-term care provider,
Sure.
Facility manager. And at the time that I went to school for it, I didn't realize that they preferred you to be clinical when you got out of school, so that way if you became a director or somebody within that facility, you would be able to do hands-on as well.
Sure.
And I didn't want to go back to school to become clinical.
Right, right.
So once the opportunity arose that allowed me to want to be able to open a home care agency, I said, well, you know what? This is within the same guidelines of what I went to school for. It's kind of what I was interested in, and so I thought it would be a great opportunity for me to get back to what my passion was.
Sure, sure. Now, obviously, there are various types of home care. There are folks who are Medicaid recipients, kids, and younger adults, and so forth. Folks who are intellectually and developmentally delayed, but obviously your focus is the seniors, the older folks. And why did we go in that direction for the older folks?
Honestly, I feel like they are left out a little bit more.
Sure.
I feel like after, as I like to tell my children jokingly, the law requires me to take care of you. You're a child. But once you get to that age and stage of life where you've put in all your work and you've done everything that you can for your family and your children, they're living their own lives and they're trying to make a way for their family. And that sandwich generation, it's very hard for them to commit to taking care of you as an older adult or parent.
Sure. And
taking care of their children and their loved ones. So I think sometimes they get past the buck on.
Lost in the shuffle as well.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so I feel like they have a lot to contribute and a lot to tell you about where they came from and where society has come from.
Sure.
And the changes in life. And so I feel like they are very important to make sure they're taken care of because they've earned it.
Well, absolutely. And obviously, modern times right now, and fortunately, this is going to be changing soon with the vaccine, but we have the coronavirus pandemic.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of folks who had originally placed their older relatives into facilities, now it's not necessarily as safe a place because, the numbers show that was one of the biggest spread was in the care facilities.
Mm-hmm.
And so you're also kind of providing service in that aspect as well.
Mm-hmm.
So talk a little bit about how you're helping people age in place.
It with the coronavirus and people having to be at home, it has helped being a home care agency because wherever possible, we can limit the number of people that they're in contact with.
Sure.
So for the most part, each person is having their own specific aid. So you don't have a lot of people running in and out. You don't have a lot of separate contact. Everyone has to maintain the CDC guidelines as far as making sure, you don't have a fever or you're not displaying any symptoms prior to going in. You're being tested if it comes up or if you think you may have been in an area where you may have been in contact. So it gives families that security blanket to know, this person that is coming in is one focused solely on me. I don't have a lot of people running around going back and forth or
Sure.
switching out every 15, 20 minutes, and I don't have to feel I'm in as much of a risk by having different people.
A lot of the people don't realize. Now, of course, you're based in Winston-Salem, North Carolina, which is a beautiful town. But North Carolina had placed some of the restrictions, like mask wearing and so forth, long before the general public had to wear it. Home care workers had to take those extra precautions as well, right? And at-home Eldercare, of course, and your agency in sort of individually has protocols sort of are almost above and beyond what the state requires, right? You've trained your folks. Talk a little bit about the process, how you brought people into compliance with your policies as well as the state.
Well, we try to, like I said, we try to stay along with the state guidelines. So we do provide the masks, we do provide gloves,
Sure.
As well as, depending on what the situation is, we have the additional gowns if needed that we can provide. We've also done PPP training with a company called In the Know. They have a certified training set up that we have our aides go through to ensure that they know what should and should not be happening, as well as basically just normal in-services to keep them in line.
Sure, absolutely. Well, and so let's talk about. Earlier we spoke, and you mentioned that you want to grow, and things are growing along. People are happy with the service, and so in 3 to 5 years we may see some extra offices, a little bit of expansion.
I would definitely hope to see that happen.
Yeah.
That would be a wonderful thing.
So has getting involved in senior care, now you probably had some preconceived notions when you got into it. Has it met or exceeded what you thought the business was going to be like?
I have to say, honestly, my preconceived notions are ever changing. They're
Okay.
evolving.
Sure.
You hear people on the outside looking in, and they're just, oh, it's easy, and it's a great business, and it's not.
Well, it's not easy.
It's not easy.
Sure.
It's because you have to make families comfortable with you, and
Sure.
like I said, dealing with people and how they feel about you. I mean, you can't please everybody all the time, and it can be as simple as, hey, I don't like the way they look, or hey, I don't know if I want this type of person in my house, or
Right.
so.
Because you're placing people, this isn't like the refrigerator repairman who comes up, fixes the appliance and leaves. This is someone who, you're placing a person into another person's home, sometimes on a very long term, multiple hours a day. They are part of the family now.
Correct.
And that's kind of the way you look at it too. We're part of the family now, right? So talk about sort of your processes there. I mean, matching the right client with the right caregiver.
Well, what we try to do, or what I try to do at the bare minimum, is once we go in and have established that the family wants an assessment, we'll go in and I meet the family as well as the patient, and kind of talk to them, get their mannerisms, see how they act, see how they respond to conversation, see, and then from there, we'll kind of come back and reevaluate and assess with my office staff and say, hey, you know what? I think based on how this person is, this might be the aid that'll be best suit for them.
True.
And when we do that kind of collaboration, we kind of have 2 to 3 aides in mind. Because like I said, everybody just does not get along with everybody all the time.
Personalities are different.
Exactly.
Right?
So
Yeah.
we do let the family know, if you don't get along with this person, or you don't think this person is the best fit, please just give us an opportunity to put somebody else in there to see if they'll be a better fit for you.
And I think the perception is that, all right, Mary Smith is the next caregiver on the list. Let's just send Mary. It's not. There is a process.
Yes, there is definitely a process, and we do look at the experience and, like I said, the personality, the professionalism of the person to kind of make sure it's going to mesh with the family, because you are becoming part of the family, and you don't want to be that black sheep of the family that has to be here to take care of mom because I need somebody. We want you to be, hey, you know what? We're excited to know you're coming, and we're glad to see that you're here every day.
Because it's hopefully, a long-term relationship.
Yes.
Yeah, it's not like you're just sort of, you're delivering the Amazon package. This is, you're becoming part of their daily life. So there has to be some effort. All right, well, very good. So, folks, Kimberly Pettigrew, the franchise owner here in Winston-Salem for At Home Eldercare. And if you would like to explore at-home elder care as a care option for your older loved ones here in the Winston-Salem area, we'll have the contact information at the end of the video coming up. And once again, Kimberly, thanks for spending some time with us today.
Thank you for coming. I appreciate it.
Very good.